Okay, welcome to this video. As you can see by the title, it's probably enticed you to watch this. This is all of the reasons that you can't lose fat. Now, it's not going to be a particularly nice video. If you have been overweight your whole life, if you've gained weight, you're not going to like to hear what I'm telling you. But if you can listen, if you can take action on just a few things, you're going to get incredible results by making these changes. Now, I will explain them. I will explain everything as to why it is the way it is. And feel free to comment below if you do have questions, if you disagree with anything. I'll gladly change your mind. So, first, let's define fat loss. Um, it's not weight loss. That can be water, that can be muscle. We want to prevent that being a part of what we're counting here, or prevent the muscle loss entirely. So most people will lose about 1 pound per week if they're following a good plan consistently. Most people will also fail to follow those plans. Now, the way it is with fat loss, it's not about doing more, getting more. It's about doing the correct things and getting more. So my clients lose on average £2 per week. Many of them lose more than that. And this is actually regardless of how big they start at. Now, if they start extremely big, they do lose a lot of fat per week, much more than £2. It could be £6 to £8 per week. But we're talking someone who's like £250 to £350. So if you're trying to lose 20 to £40, £2 to £3 a week is what you're going to lose. Now, this happened when I made a shift to my coaching. So a lot of the time, people are in a just get into a calorie deficit type mentality, and what we want to be is in a let's focus on improving our metabolism. So as the video says, I'm going to go over a bunch of reasons why um, you can't lose fat, and hopefully you can put two and two together with what you should do, but I'll explain as well as possible. Now, you'll listen to some random guy on the internet tell you how things are. Why should you listen to me? This may be the first time you watch a video that I've made, so it's not like I'm some YouTube personality or anything. So you can go to my LinkedIn. You will see written reviews from my clients. You can go to my Instagram. You will see documented transformations from clients, and you can watch interview breakdowns on YouTube if you actually want to. So that will give you a good idea into this, because a lot of the time people just there's people who Photoshop transformations. So I get interviews, I get pictures, I track everything. So um, if that triggers any questions, let me know. And yeah, so I'll tell you a little bit about me, just so you know why this is what we do. Um, I am very big on getting results extremely quickly for as minimal effort as possible. That's how I've been with everything. That might be a personality flaw, but it does lead to good results. And so when I was doing jiu-jitsu, I got to purple belt in just below 4 years. When I first built muscle, I went from 115 pounds to 148 pounds. Quite a big jump in 9 months. So, and as you can see, no fat gain. Same right here. So yeah, this is all my mentality of doing things as quickly as possible. Now, my clients are sedentary. They work in busy careers. Pretty much all of them are software engineers. So my system has been developed for busy people to get results extremely quickly against all of their struggles. Let's say having a family, busy career, sedentary, low energy, all that will fix it. So yeah, did the same thing with learning handstand push-ups. Only took me 6 sessions, and I'm going to show you why that is. So yeah, a couple clients, but again, you'll see the rest of them on other videos. So I'm going to make this really simple, listing everything that I can think of right now I can make a part two to this, part three, probably make a part 12, if we're being honest. The things I think people do wrong. If you can do the opposite of these things, you're going to get incredible results. So even if you just do these seven, it wouldn't really matter for the rest. So let's go through them. Eating anything because it fits your calories and macros. So yes, you cannot lose fat unless you're on a calorie deficit, but what that calorie deficit means to different people based on their metabolism, their hormones, and everything is going to be different. That's why if you go into a calorie calculator, it's not always correct just based on your height, weight, and everything like that. So, what we've got to focus on is trying to improve our metabolic rate. So, that's just the rate at which we are burning calories. And that way, you can eat more in a deficit, or the deficit that you are able to stick to is going to produce more fat loss. So there is if we just do a little bit of maths, there is a idea in health and fitness that because a pound of fat is equal to around 3,500 calories, that if you take off 500 calories per day, in 7 days you'll lose a pound of fat because 500 times 7, 3,500, all makes good sense. However, it leaves out key details. The fact that you are eating less food, which is digested with energy, which is accounted for in your metabolism. That means that you're not burning the same amount after a few weeks, and that's why people lose fat very quickly initially. So factors like that mean that it's not directly 500 calories to 1 pound. It's more like 600 or 700 for many people. Now, if you choose foods which take no effort to digest, conversely, do not digest properly, they're going to affect your energy expression. So if you feel full and you don't want to move much, you're not going to burn many calories after eating a certain food. If you were to eat the exact same calories and macros of a different food, which give you energy, you're going to go and burn more. So we have to look at it from the fact of what we're putting onto our body, not just its energy value, but how does it cause us to react and burn calories. And this is why my clients burn will technically lose much more fat per week than other people because we take this into account. Um, yeah, so that's the first thing. Secondly, focusing on discipline rather than habits. So discipline is finite, it's willpower. That's the best way to put it. Motivation is what you're driven to do. Discipline is what you do against your desires in the moment. So if you rely on discipline, which is finite, you're just not going to do the right thing every time. And the people who talk about being so disciplined, they're not disciplined, they're motivated. They enjoy telling people how disciplined they are. That's what drives them. So what we should do is fall to our habits. So if you're trying to get up in the morning to exercise, look at the habits surrounding that and are they making it easier or harder? If you've packed your bag the night before, are you more likely to go to the gym? Yes. If you set your alarm on the other side of the room, are you more likely to get out of bed? Yes. These are all factors which are massively important and make discipline the thing that you use for snap decisions once in a while rather than how you base your entire life. Because if discipline worked, we wouldn't have a 50% obesity rate in the West or whatever it is. Um, Not closing the feedback loop. So let's say you don't lose weight that week. If you wait a week, you've lost a week. Most people wait months just waiting for it to happen. The quicker you close the feedback loop, which is basically identifying what you need to do, identifying what the problems are, and going and finding the answer. So the way my clients do it is they'll track everything, and then I will be checking in with them. If they have a problem, they can ask. If they ask within like hours of it happening, it's fixed within hours of it happening. If they were wait an entire week, you've lost so much progression you could have had whilst um, you've lost so much progression you would have had in like the last 6 days because you waited a week. So not fixing the issues is the main problem there. Shiny object mentality. So if you if you start looking to different programs and different goals, you're just being distracted by how cool the marketing to things looks, you're never actually going to achieve anything. You've got to pick a plan, reverse engineer it from the goal that you want to achieve and follow it. The most important thing is not getting distracted. It's kind of like an isolation exercise. The most important thing with a bicep curl isn't finding the new crazy way to activate your biceps. It's making sure that your anterior delt doesn't get involved. It's making sure that your back doesn't create momentum. It's making sure that your forearms aren't overactivated. That's the main job. It's keeping the distractions away. So if you get distracted by this cool exercise and it's not in your plan, it's only going to derail you. Trying to do it yourself. This is one of the biggest things. Um, about 5% of people get results with health and fitness if they just try on their own. That's because it's difficult. It's not just a lot of information to learn, it's a lot of information to navigate. It's not that what other people are saying that may be contradictory to me is untrue. It's that it's not in the correct context for my clients. So someone could tell you that running is really good. Running in the context of cardiovascular health is really good, but in the context of fat loss, it's not. So we'll explain why that is. But you would have to learn exactly what you need to do and then navigate the bullshit, and then navigate context. That takes a lot of time, and then you actually have to execute it. And when you run into plateaus, you have to figure out how to overcome them. Or you could work with someone who knows how to do it. It's like you can learn how to play guitar on YouTube, but if you go to a teacher, you will learn it faster. So, finally, cardio for fat loss. I said that I would explain metabolism a little bit, and we did that with the nutrition side of things. With the exercise side of things, metabolism is going to be increased when you have more reasons for your body to utilize calories. So, um, if you move more, you will burn calories. But if you burn too many calories in a session, your body is going to now downregulate your metabolism by trying to slow you down. So if you go and burn a lot of calories in the morning running, your body is going to have reactions. It's going to make you hungry to try to eat back that food because it's thinking about survival in the moment. Number two, it's going to impact your central nervous system, which means that everything you do with less intensity. If you're lifting and you're running at the same time, it's hard to prioritize building muscle. Building muscle is going to put more tissue on your frame, which requires energy just to maintain it. So that's improving your metabolism. But also, your body does not like that you burn so many calories so quickly, and so it's going to fight back by slowing your metabolism down. This means sending less energy to your digestive system, to your brain. Even in movement, you can be slower and doing less. So it's not don't do cardio, it's just be aware of that. If you were to switch to walking, you would have no extra hunger, which means you don't have to utilize discipline. You would burn quite a lot of calories. You would not downregulate metabolism, so it would actually improve your metabolic rate and yeah, makes the entire process much easier. So those are the first seven things I could think of that I think people do too much and it really ruins their results. I hope this helps. If you've got any questions, send them through. And if you want coaching, there's a link below. If it works, I have spots available.